Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 36 of Natty and Not. We are your hosts,
I am Alexis and I am Natty.
and I am Miguel, and I am not.
Oh, what was
Um,
that about?
I don't know. Got you fucking psyched up, though. All right.
I know you always just make me giggle.
I love you. So let's talk about I had to travel this week, and traveling to another land. This land was called California. And in San Jose for work for a couple of
Okay.
days. Did
hmm
not want to go. Flew out there and it was my day off. But the following day, I had a workout. And I've been there before, and I end up going to just like a 24-hour fitness or like a crunch or just whatever, mediocre LA fitness type gym.
Just get a one workout in and leave you.
Yeah. So it's like,
Plus, they're cheap.
yeah, it's cheap. And there was no better like real option in nearby. And so I was like, I'm not driving. So this is fine. I ended up going to a 24-hour fitness.
Okay.
And I definitely think it's hilarious because, like, and I'm not trying to have a big head about it, but like I was the biggest guy there and it felt awesome.
Well, I mean, you're pretty much the biggest guy at Gold's. There might be like
there's a
there's a
couple bigger
small
guys.
handful of guys that are bigger than you.
Yeah. And but
not many.
It's very noticeable. It was like very like I looked.
It's very noticeable at like a Planet Fitness. I'm sure not like a bodybuilding.
Yeah. So I'm in my tank top and I just look very out of place. And so
were people staring at you? We haven't talked about this. Were people looking at you?
It felt like it.
Did it feel like it because it was happening, or did it feel like it because you thought it was happening?
It's like one of those things where, like, I think people are because when I would look at people, they were looking at me as I was trying to look at them, and they look away immediately. So, which makes me think they might have been.
They were looking at you.
They were trying to peep some tight ass. You know what I'm saying? So they,
yeah, peep some tight ass.
Yeah, they were just peeping some tight ass. So, anyway, that aside, they had like those machines, like all like the rows and the chest press machines. They like the seat fucking moves. So it's like,
what do you mean the seat moves?
Like if you're doing a chest press and you fully extend, like the seat like lifts up to like angle you kind of better, I guess.
Oh.
And at first you're like, oh, this
at
is
a Crunch
fun.
Fitness.
It was like 24 hours. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
At like one of those gyms, aren't those machines? I've seen them on like videos of like the best gym in the world. Look at this thing. And like it tilts you.
Yeah, it like tilts you as you're pressing or pulling or whatever you're doing.
Right.
Anyway, so I got the workout in. I didn't, it was okay. Like the machine, like I have a hard time judging the weight because the machines are just so different.
Sure. Well, I want to know more about the machines that like move you. What was that like?
I didn't like it. Like I like the seat being stationary and then just you're isolating the one move. It just didn't feel, the alignment on the two grips was like off too. So like I could feel a little bit more
on your normal machinery.
Yeah, it just wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't great. I didn't really enjoy it. At first though, when you're doing your warm-up sets, you're like, wee, and then like as you're pushing, you're like going up and down.
Yeah.
And so that was fun for 5 seconds. And then I quickly was getting frustrated with the machine because like the grips were slightly off and it was just, I don't know, not great. But what I was trying to get to was no, you're good. So I ended up getting through my workout and I was drinking a big Gatorade, and then about halfway through, I was like, I got to pee. So I go to the bathroom, and I think actually if scientists were to do some analysis, I think that bathroom is actually where COVID was. I think it was, yeah, ground zero for COVID.
Hold on. I've seen some really nasty bathrooms.
It was like your stereotypical like shit in the stalls, but like everywhere. And like the urinals were like all flooding. It was just gross. There were
Ew.
naked Asian dudes. It was gross. There's so much shit, and I was just like, oh my god, what the? I can't like. It was just disgusting. The worst fucking bathroom
Oh my God.
at a
All
gym
right.
I've
All
ever
right.
seen in
All
my life.
right.
Anyway, so yeah. So I just wanted to talk about that. I needed to get that out.
You texted me that, and then I was just like, whatever. Because I was like
Yeah.
getting ready to go to bed, and I was just like, I don't have the energy to have this conversation. You'll
It
tell
was
me
so
later.
gross. It was so gross.
Ew.
So yeah,
Did you tell anybody on like your way out?
they know. They know. There's no fucking way they don't know that was a fucking landfill with a couple of toilets in it. It was so gross. And I was just like, get me the fuck out of here. So
Ugh,
I finished up my workout, and then I got out of there as soon as I could. So
gross.
yeah, super gross.
You actually talking about that swinging machine made me think of gym toys. I got a new gym toy this week and super freaking pumped up about it. So
What'd you get?
I got it's not going to sound fun when I say what I got. I got yoga blocks. That doesn't sound fun. Ah.
Oh
But listen,
shit.
this is why I got them and what I use them for. So
Yep.
the pendulum squat at our gym, there's certain machines by that Gym 80, whatever that fucking brand is.
Yeah.
I swear those machines are made for really tall people, like really big people, because I always feel like I'm too small for certain pieces of like a lot of their equipment.
I know they're manufactured in Germany.
Are
So
they all is
I
everyone giant size
I don't know what
fucking
the
in Germany?
average I don't know what the average height of Germans are.
Anyway, I find it really weird with like a number of their machines. I always have a hard time. Anyway, the pendulum squat doesn't. I always feel like I'm leaving stuff on the table because I can't get low enough because the machine bottoms out. Like I don't want to be like I have the best range of motion in the world, but I get really good mobility in my ankles and I can properly come down pretty far.
Yep.
And on the pendulum, like I hit the bottom and come up. Like I bottom out that machine every single rep.
Mm.
And I always feel like, damn, if I could just get like a couple more inches. So anyway, there's a couple people that I follow, or not just like I follow, but like I've seen. I think Dr. Mike has posted ones where they use like foam blocks under their shoulders
Yep.
for those machines. I've seen him, I've seen I don't know, a couple other people put like foam pads or blocks. So anyway, I bought yoga blocks and I had pendulum on Wednesday and I put one under each shoulder on the machine and I started with no weight. Like I don't want one of these to like jump out and then I get fucking hurt or something. Tested them out. They're like perfect. They don't slip, nothing. So I was able to load and those things are like good, like 3-4 inches thick. I still was able to bottom out the machine, I'd say like on 75% of my reps, but the range of motion with like my first set, I was so freaking excited about the extra range that I got.
Mm-hmm.
I literally did a lap around the gym looking for Tristan because I wanted to be like, come look at this. Because he's like on the shorter side too.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I got so excited. I recorded it. I sent it to you.
Yep.
And then after my set, I saw him and I made him watch it on my phone. I was like, you got to use these. You're going to love it.
Yeah.
So
That's
that
fun.
was my new gym toy. So freaking excited about it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have
Really
any
cool.
I don't know any new gym goodies. I don't think.
What was your last gym goodie? It was like your gym pin, right?
That I got knee sleeves. I got knee sleeves for that
For
weird
5 minutes and then you stopped using them. You went
Yep.
back to your wraps.
I went back to the wraps. Yep. But so I tried knee sleeves. I didn't like them. So
Yeah.
getting this weird calf pain when I go all the way down for some reason. And I think it's because like the excess material from like the knee sleeve was like pushing into my calf muscle weirdly in a weird way. and I've tried like repositioning my feet. I'm doing something wrong. I'll figure it out eventually, but it was happening in both legs. Now it's only happening in my left calf. And so I don't know. I think I'm just.
You've always said you think it's the material from the wrap or the sleeve, like pushing in.
That's what I thought. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Just like hitting like a pressure point or something weird.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the knee sleeves I thought would be like squishier and just like move out of the way.
And they
And
don't.
they don't. They don't. So I ended up going
You
back
need
to the
something
wraps.
thin.
Yeah. So I
At
went
least
back to
with
the
the
wraps.
wraps, like you can overlap or put as much or as little that you want there anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
I like the wraps. I don't like the sleeves because I found it annoying to have to like take my shoes off and like yank it
You
all
had
the
them.
way the fuck up on my leg.
Yeah, you had those for a while.
I did. I never loved them though.
Hmm.
And then it was just like one day I just got so frustrated because I would like have because by the time I needed them in my workout, I had already done like a couple other movements where I didn't need them. I only needed them like on squats or whatever. And so it got to the point where like I'd put them on my legs before I started needing them because by the time I needed them, my legs were so sweaty. It was like so hard to pull them up. It was such a pain in the ass.
Yeah. No,
I don't know if they're supposed to be that tight, but it's like in order for them to actually like compress my knee,
yeah.
they had to be that tight. Otherwise they were too
Right.
big.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah. So then I moved to wraps because I like those so much better.
Yeah. I went back to them, so they're good.
Yeah. Better than the sleeves. Dude,
What's up?
this week at the gym has been phenomenal. I'm getting so strong.
Yeah. So you got a
I'm
food
like,
bump?
I got a food bump last week. I had a really rough week appetite wise. The whole like endless pit, insatiable hunger did me in hard. I did get a slight food bump last week, and then I was good Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. By like midday Tuesday, I started to get like that, like just low food tired again.
Mhm.
And even after dinner, which like my dinner at this point is so much volume because I eat like just leafy greens and veggies, veggies, veggies. And it's just like, it is a stupid amount of volume. Like it's an uncomfortable amount of volume,
Mhm.
but I'm eating it because I'm hungry. Plus I like enjoy it. But like after that, and then after my creamy, I was still like fucking hungry. Went to bed hungry. And I kept waking up in the middle of the night fucking hungry. And so it finally got to like 1 o'clock in the morning and like I raided the pantry
Mhm.
because it's like I couldn't sleep because I was like that hungry. And then it was like I was fucked all day Wednesday. I couldn't put enough food in my body, that feeling. So like that sucked all day Wednesday. But here's the kicker. As much like shame and just like regret from like fuck eating off plan, but like it's so hard and like you beat yourself up and you make yourself more stressed because you're like, what the fuck did I do? Right.
Mhm.
'Cause we all have coming out of prep. I don't know that there's anybody that doesn't go through moments like that. Because anyone I've talked to has said yes, like the reverse is the hardest part. And it's like the show that I'm aiming for is 4 months away. And it's like, there's no that like, I know I can fix it.
Mhm.
So there isn't anything that's like, you can't do this. So it's been a struggle. But I tell you what, fucking Thursday, I had the best fucking workout. I felt amazing. I had so much energy. Even by like dinner time, I was holding a conversation
Mhm.
and I was like in such a good mood. So it's like I'm getting such great biofeedback from eating like an asshole, which is really, really hard to not want to eat like an asshole when I feel that way. And I say
Right.
asshole like, I mean,
Off plan.
I'm off plan. I'm not like scarfing down endless amounts of like cookies and ice cream. Like
You're
my
eating
down
extra like portions of what you would normally eat.
yeah, but like my Like kryptonite is like granola.
Mm.
Like
I
I'm
know.
eating like
You
dense
asked me to
shit.
throw it away. You were like, throw it away.
Get
It's
it
like, all
out
right,
of here.
just get it out of the house. I said, okay.
Because if it's not there and I'm just faced with like fruity pebbles, which are almost just like too sweet and they don't sit heavy in your stomach, right? So it's like you
Right.
would eat a whole box before you
Mhm.
felt full. That's like all that's in the cupboard now. And I'm like, I can't. If we buy it and it's there, sorry, kids, I don't care that you like granola. I can't. I just can't. I'm like, I'm having a hard time.
Yeah, no, I totally remember being in that position. It was like, I remember talking about it on the podcast where it was just like, I would literally be standing in the pantry, just like eating whatever was in sight.
Yep.
Mostly rice cakes, but it was just like, it was so hard not to.
And
That,
you get to a point where it's like, even though your body is giving like full signals,
oh yeah,
like your stomach's like, oh my God, I can't breathe. Like you're
yeah,
eating so much food, yet you're still hungry.
yeah, yeah. You just feel like a bottomless pit.
And it's like those two feelings in your body are like, they're so conflicting because it's like outside of this like specific reverse time frame, if your body was feeling like a beached whale level full, right? Like
Mm,
uncomfortable to stand there full, your normal brain wouldn't eat anything, right? So it's like your body has these
right.
signals of like no more food, yet your body also has the signals of send more food. It's like it's crazy and it's insatiable,
It is. It's.
all consuming. It's hard.
I think it's harder. Like the last week of prep was like tough, but I think like just trying to keep to the food plan after the show, especially because I didn't have another show coming up, so I was like,
Yeah.
I kept making the dumb joke where I was just like, "Well, I gotta grow," but I was
And
just
I think
like,
everyone does. When they're coming out of the reverse, I think everyone says shit like that because it's
"Yeah,
like
you're just starving.
you're just so hungry.
You're starving, and now there's no mental block of another show, or not
Well,
mental block, but like there's
there's no
no
immediate consequence.
right. There's no immediate consequence. Exactly. You have, and to be fair, like you are way further out than you would normally be for starting prep. So it's like
I know. I'm 17 weeks out.
whatever little damage you're doing is going to be so easy to clean up because you're so far out.
Yeah, I know.
So
And I know that. And I know that. And so because I know that,
yeah,
two things are happening in my brain and it's super conflicting. I've got 4 months, I'm fine.
right.
I know that I have 4 months and I'm fine. I know right now it's 17 weeks. I'm gonna be fine. But it's like because the show's not right here, right around the corner,
Yep,
it's hard.
for sure. Yeah, it's
It's
tough.
hard.
It's a very weird amount of time to be ahead of a show.
It is. And I've never had any off plan anything in any of the preps that I've done over the 3 seasons of doing this.
Right, and technically you're not in prep, so
I know. And that's like Clarissa said to me something. She's like, well, you're not like in prep.
yeah,
And
it's
it's
like
like,
yeah, you got to keep that
so
in.
that's what's hard. I think
And I
like
think
just
yeah,
mentally.
yeah, because you're just like you feel, you're feeling guilty immediately after, but you feel full and happy, and so you're
Yeah.
like, why, why,
Why? Fuck.
why, why can't I just be happy?
Okay,
and
I
then,
just be happy. I
and
had
then you're like,
amazing lifts this week
and
because
then you're
it's like,
like,
and I'm feeling strong.
yeah, you're like, fuck, I feel great.
I feel amazing.
It's
My
tough.
poops are so much better. Like everything's just better.
Making big duties.
Everything's better. It's like
Yeah,
everything's better. So why is this bad? This can't be bad. Everything's better when I do this.
I know. It's
It's
weird.
hard.
It's like
So
almost like you need
we had a hard
food.
time. My body needs to regulate. So with all of that, my body feels better with all these other things. My period doesn't come back post show. I should have gotten it like 2 weeks ago and I
Yeah.
didn't. And my body is in this perpetual state, I think, of trying to get a period because
Mm,
I've like progressively on and off been like really, really crampy. I have consistently since that time where I should have gotten it had the like weird hormonal water beach ball thing that sits on my stomach, that's consistently been there. It's amped up a lot more in like the last 2 days. So I'm like, dude, my body, my hormones are out of control. My body is like, what the fuck is happening? And so it's like, I'm definitely struggling on that. So I think too, the hunger signaling, right? Our body is trying to regulate back to like healthy hormone levels, healthy body fat levels, because that's not a healthy state to be that lean first stage, right? And so it's like, I think part of that hunger is like your body signaling we have to get fat. Like we need to fatten up, right? So it's like all that conflicting shit. But my hair is shedding significantly. And you wouldn't know this, but it is really common for, I don't know for men. So I can't say for men, but for women, it's really common for like hair to fall out a little bit, or have like excess shedding during like hormonal shifts. So for example, like after you give birth, during that like hormonal shift in that first year, you have a lot of hair shedding. And that's very normal. It happens to everybody because your hormones are going crazy. You just had a baby. And so you have that during like big hormonal shifts. My last 2 preps coming out, I remember having a little bit of like extra hair shedding, but it wasn't like significant. It wasn't anything that like worried me. It was just like, oh shit, what the fuck's going on? And I'd go to like a group chat or something, and I'd see people talking about it, or I'd ask, and it's like normal. So okay, cool. And it went away. This past week, the two times I've washed my hair this week, I've had significant shedding. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Bringing me to tears level shedding. Like, oh my God, my hair is falling out. What is happening? So it's happened twice. Immediately started messaging Clarissa and like, oh my God, can I take folic acid? Like, what can I do? That was Monday. And then I washed my hair yesterday and same thing happened. I was like, fuck.
Yep.
And then I started to like really, 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 really get worried. So in our check-in today, we were back and forth, and I told her, and it's like a lot of hormonal shit is going on. That's happening. I'm like, what do I do? And oh my God, how long is this going to last? I'm asking her questions. Obviously, she can't give me a definite time frame on. So she's like, before we start doing more stuff, let's get blood work. Let's see what's happening. Let's see where your hormones. She's like, your thyroid might be crashing. We need to see where your T levels are at, where your progesterone and estrogen is at before we just start throwing supplements and just starting to take stuff because we don't know what we're trying to fix. She's like, let's do that. So I was like, on it. What do I do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Immediately messaged the, she partners with like a doctor's office or stuff like that. Immediately messaged them. Saturday. I haven't heard back yet.
Sure.
Order me this. Now I know Monday morning I'll order it. I'll pay for it. It'll be done. And then I just have to schedule with like a LabCorp.
Right. The blood draw.
Yeah. To get my blood work done. So she's like, let's do that before we add anything or do anything. And we'll go from there. And so I have had this thought this week a lot of times as like these shifts have been happening and like these highs, lots of highs and lows. I've had the thought of like, oh my God, my body can't do this. Should I just pull out now because like my health is clearly at stake? And I know I'm not in the right mind, and I'm only a couple of weeks post show. Things take time to regulate. And so I asked Coach in our check-in, like, how long do we let these things go on before like we would pull the plug from like a health perspective, right?
Right.
And that's where she didn't even answer the question. That her answer to that was, let's get blood work. Right. She doesn't want to put a time frame on it and freak me out even more.
Blood work's the right answer. And it's just like, go from there.
Yeah. Let's see what it is.
Are you going to do your analysis too, or just blood draw for your hormones, a hormone panel?
What would you do urine? Oh, like a Dutch test? Is that what you mean?
You just pee in a cup, and then they measure it for. I got to go look at my last urine analysis now. But it's basically an indicator of liver function. And
is it a Dutch test? Because they do that with like a dried urine panel.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't heard a Dutch test.
Okay.
Didn't mean to overstep that. I was just like, I wasn't familiar. But yeah, the urinalysis will tell you how I think your liver and your kidney are doing. There's some markers in there for your liver and kidney.
Yeah. As a natural athlete, I don't think I need to do that. I know what you're talking about now from going through like the certification. They add that on for like early markers of like liver issues.
Yeah, liver and kidney and stuff. And
but that's very specific to, I mean, yes, you could do it, but you do it more for athletes that are on PEDs to watch for those early signs.
I kind of remember him. Yeah, maybe it was just enhanced athletes versus natural. I don't know.
I'd have to go back and look it up, but I've never done any sort of urinalysis with blood draw before. It's always just been blood work.
Gotcha. I get mine. I just started last year, so the recommendations like once a year. So, well, especially with like your gallbladder, right? Missing it,
I see those like liver. So they'll look at like liver enzymes, like my regular like, I don't know, comprehensive panel. I get like liver and kidney numbers. My liver numbers are always slightly skewed.
Yeah,
and it's because I don't have a gallbladder. I take a bunch of shit for that.
Right. Okay. Anyway, I derailed you. You're not going to do. You're not going. What are you apologizing for? I said I derailed you. So
she didn't answer my question about when do we stop.
Yeah.
And I totally, and she was, if she purposely did that or not, she was right. Cause then it's like that would have put like a dead time frame in my head. So, the thought of the idea of like my hair, like how much hair is coming out of my head is absolutely scaring the shit out of me. Yeah. And like that cannot continue to happen. So get blood work. We'll try to do what we can do to try to correct things. And she's like, I think your body is just having such a hard time coming out of it. Cause I had an issue hormonally during. I have hormonal issues month to month with just the way that my body is. And she's like, we just might be having a really hard time adjusting back, like losing your period and trying to get it back. Your body's just like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
So, we'll see. I did say to her, I was very clear. I was like, I'm not willing to put that health on the line.
Sure.
I'll pull out. It's fine. I'll go out. If like I have to back out and I can't do the urine for health implication reasons.
Yeah.
I would feel perfectly content with going out as I am. And when I say that, like, how long do we go? If it's like we can't recover with like natural supplementation and I can't get back to a somewhat normal level of function for me and like correct these hormonal factors and let my body regulate out, I will not hesitate from a health perspective at this point from just fast forwarding, going to HRT. I won't.
For sure. And that makes total sense too, because if you are in that state, then there's no way in hell you're going to be able to put your best package on stage.
God, no.
Which would be, even more upsetting, I think, if you were to be like, fuck, I didn't show up because my hormones were all fucked. And
I had been living like that for such a long time too. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
if I can't.
Sorry.
No. You're absolutely right. Like I wouldn't feel good about showing up not my best. And I would be embarrassed.
Absolutely. Yeah. And especially at the pro level, right? It's like there's no fucking around now.
No. So I don't know what the time frame is to try. I'm sure she has it in her head and she knows.
Yep.
But like that could be all she wrote for me if it gets to the point where I can't. But I think I feel good about saying like my health is more important than this.
Right.
The fact that like my hair is falling out, like
Yeah, it's really fucking with you.
That's
Yep.
That's fucking with me really, really, really bad.
Sure.
So
Sure.
I don't know how much time I want to give that before
You're like, nope, fuck this.
Yeah.
I get it.
Because that's just my it's my hair, it's my femininity. Like I've
Yeah,
always, or it's part of I've always had really good hair.
You've got gorgeous hair, yeah.
That's like part of me, you
Sure.
know? And like I'm not willing to sacrifice that.
I totally get it. When I lost my hair, I was
just way to bring it back from my serious doom and gloom, babe.
I was just in the fucking dumps. Okay.
I'm talking. This is reality.
I know. I'm trying to lighten it up a little bit. It's too heavy. Knock it off.
I know. I'm sorry.
All right. I love you.
But this is the reality of my head for the past week.
Yeah.
I'll have these great moments of energy because I ate a bowl of cereal and then back down the dumps.
I know. I totally get it.
Anyway, enough about me. What are you doing for your competition season? Coming up because you talked to Coach last week.
Yeah. So we had a call. So usually we're just doing email exchanges, which is perfectly fine. You know, I give him enough detail. He gives me enough. He'll usually, if it's a really, if he has a lot to say, he'll do like a voice message just to kind of. Sometimes it's hard to.
No, totally. I prefer to do that with my clients too. I like doing the voice so they could hear my voice and my tone and all of that.
Yeah, exactly. I think that comes through a lot better too, versus reading it off of an email where there's no emotion behind it.
Anyway.
Yeah. So had a call with Coach. We discussed basically the two paths that I was looking at for my next competition, which would be a very slim chance doing it end of this year. Just didn't make sense because Yorton and everything else. And, you know, not having both of us on prep at the same time, which I think would be pretty miserable. You know what? I've thought about this too real quick. I wonder if like being miserable together actually wouldn't be that bad.
Our poor children.
Yeah. I mean,
I still think like I would love to do a show with you. I think that would be so much fun.
No, that's what I was thinking too. And I was just
once I'm not natural anymore, let's go like 2027, baby, like an NPC show, you and me.
I'm down. We'll do the couples.
Or you'll be a pro at that point. So we'll have to do a pro-am.
Yeah, I fucking hope so. We'll will it into existence.
I just said it. I put it out there. You'll be a pro by then.
Thank you. So sorry, back to Coach's
next year. Yeah. Coaches. Yeah.
Back to Coach's conversation. So we were talking about two plans. One potentially to compete the end of this year, but from like a competing standpoint, there's one national show at the end of the year when I'd probably be ready for. I still got to do a regional show just as a warm up, make sure like I could peak properly because my body's changed so much.
Qualify.
Yeah, and I got to qualify. Well, I could compete.
Well, you did qualify technically.
Yeah, so I qualified for men's physique. I did not qualify for classic, so I still need to qualify for classic. Definitely, I'm confident I could do that at a regional show, and then go straight into
once you're a pro, you're a pro.
Yeah.
And you can compete in any division.
100%, yes.
What about like going from nationals? Like if you qualified for nationals in men's physique.
Yeah.
Could you, not to say that you want to, but could you, if you wanted to, go to nationals and compete in multiple divisions? So you could technically.
No, I cannot compete in classic.
That's the thing. Okay.
Sorry. I thought you were going to say if I was pro.
No.
Could I compete in some other pro division? And yes, the answer is yes to that.
I know that once you are a pro, but like the middle step is what I mean.
No, yeah, unfortunately, that coach informed me that is not possible, or it's not allowed.
Got it.
So yeah, ideally,
so you have to qualify for both.
Yeah, so qualifying for both. Doing that towards the end of the year just doesn't make a lot of sense with my timing and everything, because if I don't qualify in the first regional show, need to qualify at the next one. Right. And then just go to nationals to try and get some national feedback from national judges. And that would suck. And I don't really want to do that. So like, while it was a possibility, there was really no ambition to do it that way. So the original plan, or the preferred one, which was basically competing in April, May timeframe, is now the go-to plan. So we talked about it. We're going to target that and looking to qualify in like April, May, and go to the first national show, which is the junior nationals, and just see how it goes.
Okay.
Just see how I place, and then from there we'll make a decision if we want to do anything, go to another national show, which mentally I'm not there. If I get first call outs,
why wouldn't you be there?
Well, if I don't get first call outs, I think it just goes straight to off season and keep building.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, but what if you do get first call outs? Would you go again?
I don't know. I'd have to have
Maybe it depends on what the feedback is.
It would really, I think it depends on a lot.
Because let's just say that your feedback was you're not lean enough.
Yeah.
You could fix that between those two shows.
Sure, you could.
But if it's like you need a thicker back,
yeah,
you can't fix that between those two shows.
Exactly. Yeah.
When's the second show?
What second show? Oh, the next
national show. Yeah.
I think it's the end of June or July. I forget. It's a couple months after.
I thought there was one in like April, May.
Yeah, that's the first one I'm looking to do. That's the juniors.
That's this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one I'm targeting first.
Right.
But yeah, so with that said, then the plan now is to continue my push phase until August. And then we're going to go into a health phase.
You're getting juicy and thick, sir.
Thank you. You
got big ham hock thighs.
I've been getting some good compliments. I got a random compliment from a woman today, which was
bitch, I'll fight her.
That is, you should. That was just, I mean, she was very nice. There was no like weirdness. She said, you have nice quads or good quads or something along the lines. It was just a very like in passing.
See, ladies like big meaty legs.
Right.
Skip leg day. Don't skip any of your leg days. Actually go add a leg day in.
Yeah. If you want your lady to attack you like mine attacks me, then you do them legs.
Do them legs. I do like your legs.
Thanks, baby. So ended up that's the plan after talking to coach. Okay. So we're going to push till
next
August.
Year.
We're going to go into a health maintenance phase and pretty much maintain all the way till December, and then start prep in January. And we're going to prep for that. Again, you got to do a regional show first, get the qualification checked, check that box, and then go into my first national show, hopefully. So if all goes well, that will be what happens.
Question.
Yeah.
If you don't qualify for men's classic, would you go to the national show for physique?
Nope.
No. How? Because it's like the qualification is good for like 2 years, right? So it's like you could, if you went into like another off season and then went back, you could do it at that point if you wanted to.
I think I would be a little like, I don't want to men's physique is not my preferred category.
Right. You just did it just to do it.
I did it just because I just wanted to get on more stage time, just get, bugs worked out, just figure out where I did,
Yeah.
It was a smaller class, so I did better, which is whatever, but
it gave you more experience, and
it was more experience. And I do like the category. I will still compete in it, but
that's not where your heart is.
That's not where I want to be. Yeah.
Yep. I get that.
That's not the body that I'm after.
I could totally probably step on stage as a women's bikini competitor. I just soften up a little bit and I could hop on NPC as a bikini girl.
NPC, you might fucking kill it. You might.
I mean, if you look at the NPC pro bikinis, that's what I mean. Or the NPC, the IFBB pro bikini women, I look like them. Yeah.
No, for sure. It was
as a natural figure competitor, I look like the bikini women in the IFBB.
Yeah, PEDs are they're crazy.
There's a hell of a drug, but I don't want to do that, so I wouldn't do that because that's not the physique I'm after.
That would be so fucking funny though if you did, because you hate I don't think. Well, you don't hate the category, but
I don't identify with the category.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to be fucking jacked and big. That's my preferred category. I wouldn't want to do bikini.
Yeah, no, I want to. Yeah,
it'd be fun though,
for sure. Yeah,
it'd be fun to do their little sass. Because they all over sexualize it, which I fucking hate. but
Yeah,
it would
because
be fun just to do it.
because it feels like it takes away from the sport of it a little bit. You're like, this isn't like a sexy contest.
It's like
It's bring the best physique contest.
sometimes I say they're the hot girl categories, and I
Right.
know that that's like offensive.
Yeah.
This hot girl category
But I think
in like the
yeah.
muscular, but
But
they are very muscular
no,
women.
they're super muscular. Like the wellness pros are fucking
Holy,
insane.
the wellness pros.
They're fucking mind-boggling.
I mean, I don't know what pro show it was. It was whatever the one was last week or like the week before,
Yeah.
where they showed the top 5 and it or top 6 first call outs, and the one all the way over on the right had such a balloony glute.
Yeah.
It looked fake. It was such like an addition, and it just stuck out so round so much, like it was distracting. It was weird.
Yeah.
But holy fucking shit. So then here's what's crazy with the women, right? Bikini, when you look at the pro standard, not who the fuck shows up at the amateur events, but
Yeah.
when you look to the pro standard, the way bikini is today is what like women's bodybuilding was back before PEDs were like so widely used and accepted. Like you go back to like the early days of women getting on stage. The bikini women of today were like the figure women 20 years ago. Okay.
It shifted everybody up in
Shift
a category.
huge, which is
Yeah.
why they keep having to create categories, which is why they just created fit model.
Yeah.
Because then bikini was like becoming so unobtainable. And then men's physique was created for the same reason
Mhm.
to be just like beach body dude, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with like bikini was like beach body girl, hot
The dude.
girl,
Yep.
hot boy. But now that's gotten so muscular. I wouldn't be surprised if they added a lower muscularity level for men at this point to go back to like what
They
that
might.
standard was.
They might.
But if you look at the difference, okay, so they added in fit model, and then you've got bikini, which is like, I mean, you're not going to step on stage and do well as a bikini competitor unless you've been packing on muscle for a couple of years, even. Like it's not the skinny girl category, right?
Yep.
But then there's such a massive jump from like bikini to wellness.
Yeah.
And like the level of muscularity, it's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Those women's legs are fucking insane. And then what's so funny is then like you look at figure and the legs aren't nearly as big. Like it's definitely an X frame.
Yeah.
But it's like the level of muscularity on some of these wellness women, it's like it's bigger than some of the figure women.
And genetically, that's just how they're, shaped, right? So it's just like they have genetically bigger legs.
Typically, yeah. I mean, you like a pear-shaped woman.
Yeah, I mean, and to be fair, like you could probably, especially on gear, you could definitely train and get to that level.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the top 1%, right? They check all the boxes. They got the genetics. They could do all, the training, the diet, everything.
I find it fascinating, but I think what's so crazy is like you have these like massive levels. It's like a massive jump. Like if you wanted to do something more muscular and you fit like the bikini like standard, I don't even know how many years you would have to work to put on the level of muscle that's required for wellness.
I mean, I think it's along the same long lines as the dudes. It's got it's that 5 to 10 year mark is like it just takes forever to build tissue, and then there's some anomalies that just hyper responders to PEDs, but for the most part, it just takes time.
I know it's just like it's such a huge difference.
Yeah,
and then it's a huge difference from there, and like the level of muscle, at least in the upper body. From wellness to figure. They're just such huge jumps. Like, what do you do when you're in between? Like, that sucks. Because you're going to do shitty at 2 categories.
Yeah. Well, but that goes back to like who shows up that day, right?
I mean, sure. But like, if you're like really in between, you're too muscular for one, you're not muscular enough for the other.
Yeah.
This takes time.
Yeah.
Whatever. It takes time.
Yeah. Anyway, how about, your check-in? You want to talk about your check-in, or you want to go to wins of the week?
I mean, basically told you my check-in.
Yeah, you already kind of talked about it.
And then I know it's a lot of doom and gloom, so sorry. But I will tell you my wins. Like I have, like I said, all of my lifts this week have been really, really high. I'm back into the 300s on glute thrusts, which made me really happy.
Yeah.
Like adding plates, like the leg press, I added a plate on each side over the week before. So that was really, really great. My recovery is a lot better this week. I feel better day to day. But today, super excited on the hack squat. I got back to 135, 45, 155. Did I put 155? 155. And I did all my sets with 155. I think I did like 12, 9, 8. And it felt so good. Like last week, I got 2 sets at 135. My strength is coming back and it feels so good.
Hell yeah.
That's my win.
Rock on.
Rock on.
I ended up saying thank you. I ended up saying my fucking win, and I hate repeating myself, but getting a random compliment from a woman, it's huge. Because women don't give compliments to dudes. I don't think.
No, we're scared of them. We don't want to talk to them at the gym.
I think with the exception of like your friends or like other bodybuilder
the people
friends,
you know.
Yeah, so like Katie and Liz, like they both have said like, "Oh, you're getting big, man. You're looking awesome."
Yeah.
And that was very much in the same vein of what this lady said. But it was just, it was super cool. That was win of the week. Loss of the week was going to fucking 24-hour fitness bathroom horror land. Fuck that place. Anyway, win of the week. Random compliment. So
there you go.
Yeah. So I think that's it. We will wrap here and we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.